Today in Matthew's Gospel, we hear the parables that Jesus told. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it's the smallest of all the seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree so that the birds of the air come and perch in its branches. Jesus told them still another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed into a large amount of flour until it worked all through the dough. Today we celebrate St. Augustine of Canterbury. St. Augustine sent by Pope Gregory to bring the good news of Christ to the angles, to the angels, to the people of this land. Augustine came and planted the church, originally near Canterbury, and from there grew and flourished into what we now are today. Thinking of Augustine coming to a strange land, to a place that was unfamiliar, to people and situations with customs and cultures that were new to him, he brought with him his understanding, his experience, his knowledge and insight, and his faith and belief in God. And it is that he brought into this new context and explored how the church might grow and flourish. He brought and adapted and shared the good news of Christ, a bit like that small mustard seed, a bit like the yeast that grows and begins to have an impact far beyond its original state. We're about to move into a new culture, a new context, a new set of circumstances as we move further from lockdown, as we begin to change and adapt to a world in which we now live. We've been reflecting as a parish on how we won't simply return to what we were, because the last few months have meant that we, our communities, our society, has experienced a number of things that means it will be different. So like Augustine, we have to bring into those new things, those different contexts and situations, our own experience, our understanding, our insights of the gospel, and our faith in God. And we need to explore together how we can be the church in that new way. How can we allow the kingdom to flourish and to grow as if from that mustard seed once more, like the yeast that is mixed into the dough. And so over the coming weeks, we'll be discussing and exploring together the new shape that we will have in the years to come. Some of the first steps will begin next week, as from Sunday we change our weekly pattern. So we'll have a service in the morning at 11 o'clock on a Sunday. And during the week, there'll be a service as we currently are at noon at St. Mary's on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. But then on Tuesday, there'll be a 9:30 Eucharist at St. Faith's, and on Thursday, a 10:30 Eucharist at St. Wilfrid's. And in doing that, we'll also on Tuesdays and Thursdays be sharing a streamed daily reflection. Our hope is that every day there'll be something for those who are unable to be with us in church to access online and to help us all to explore and to discern the presence of God as we move forward together. Our calling is to follow the example of Augustine. Our calling is to be bearers of the kingdom, bearers of the good news of God, and to seek to share that good news to enable the kingdom to grow in whatever context or situation we find ourselves.